Welcome back to another episode. I am Sticks. This is my best friend and co-host D-Lo, and we are, pardon my wisdom, soon to be Too Complex.
You see it.
But, before we get into the episode, we do got some juicy content for you today. But first, of course, do the YouTube thing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button on the video, hit that notification bell so you don't miss no more fire bangers on this channel.
I was ready for it today. The last time you messed my eardrum.
But make sure you hit those buttons so that way you don't miss none of the content over here on this channel. So D-Lo, of course,
we start
out every single week.
Yes, sir.
How was the past week for you, my G?
Past week was amazing. So you already know what's coming.
I already know what's coming.
Spent some time with the family. Enjoyed it. So we ain't been here for 2 weeks, but really had a great time. We were able to go down to Miami, Fort Lauderdale area, Coral Springs to be more specific, with my wife's Haitian side of the family. Dope. And celebrate her grandmother's 90th birthday. Ooh. So I got, this is my first time. Blessings, for real, blessings. So this is my first time meeting her grandmother, meeting that side of the family, and just really spending a lot of time with her dad, and it was good. I had a great time. I had a ball.
Your father-in-law.
Chilling. My father-in-law, yeah, but
Yeah. Let's say her dad.
I mean, but it's her dad.
It's her dad though.
No, so I had a good time. As you may hear, I'm sick, and that's because it was also Dalen's first plane ride, and he got sick from I think he got sick from the plane ride. So, I pulled all that in as well from him. But other than that, everything is good, man. Just preparing myself. Looks like God's about to come back. It's snowing in California, in LA. It's been 80 degrees. It's been 80 degrees over here in the South. We got wars going on, earthquakes, toxic spills, and stuff like that. So just getting ready for
flying over the U.S.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Them down. We getting spied on.
We say unidentified objects flying over the United States. So just getting ready.
Just getting ready for sure.
How about you, man?
Yeah, man. That just to go back what you said, but 90 years old, bro, that's a blessing, dog. Like my grandmother, God bless her soul, God rest her soul. She passed before she hit, before she hit that plateau. So yeah, it's definitely good to hear that life, that long life being shared and being experienced, man. So that's fire, dog. That's definitely.
And listen, my grandmother, my mom's mom is 93. So
damn.
I already know, and she's still kicking, getting on everybody's nerves, but love her to death. You know what I'm saying? Love her to death. Yeah. But anyway, how are things with you, man?
But as far as my week, man, I'm same thing, man. Working, spending time with Sam, and she here right now, but she got to respect the pod. You feel me? But just spending time with her, getting. This is the word I used earlier today. Getting a little bit more ingratiated in the new spot as far as my promotion, and I'm loving it, bro. I'm loving it. Just being able to help my fellow salespeople and the new salespeople that we're getting into, being able to learn how to sell cars and have a little bit more customer service, and being in that position where not necessarily high and mighty, but being able to help people and come in and talk to different types of people to where I don't have to be on the front line as much, but behind the scenes coming in later trying to figure out how we can help. And that's the best feeling for me, man, is helping people. I love helping people. So this new promotion for me has, just like I told D-Lo before we started recording, it has re-energized my career in car sales and with enterprise itself. Because I was ready to skedaddle. You know what I'm saying? I was ready to skedaddle. Like I had to call D-Lo, I'm ready to leave this man. but nah, it's definitely re-energized my career with enterprise, man. And I'm loving it. I'm loving it to death, bro. It's like one of the best moves I made. You know what I'm saying? Other than the podcast, of course, but it's one of the best moves I made in my working career is to take this position, bro. For real.
Though that's always good to get those positions within the same company, and assuming it's a good company that gives you that breath of fresh air. To where you like, I can really do this. So again, congratulations on that, man. I'm happy that you have, got some a new win behind your sail, and hopefully that pushes you to where you want to be.
This motherfucker.
Yeah.
But now, so what we got going on? What's on the docket today, man? What we talk about, bro?
Yeah, man. So we're going to talk about Adin Ross leaving Twitch and signing with upstart Kick streaming services. We're going to talk about Ye and Adidas rekindling their old flame. And then we're going to talk about Drake retiring.
Retirement?
Drake? Yeah.
Drake? Retirement?
Yeah, so that's what's on the docket today, man.
Yes, sir. But let's go ahead and get into it, my G.
Right into it. Content must be recession proof, because earlier this week, Adin Ross officially signed a deal with new streaming platform Kick that will pay him $150 million. $150 million? Who you think got? Jesse Clinton? So $150 million over 2 years. Sticks, should we be looking into Kick to stream on?
Man, listen, it seemed like Kick is trying to take a lot of the different streamers off of Twitch, man. Twitch being that behemoth that it is as far as the streaming platforms and content creators going on there and making a name for themselves. It's been like that for the past decade with Twitch. Here recently, a lot of content creators have been kind of pissed off with Twitch because of their TOS and how they're seemingly trying to silence a lot of people and do things of that nature. So Steam has come along. Kick is a new one. It's a lot of different streaming platforms that people have been trying to go to, so that way they're not quote unquote silenced, or whatever these content creators are saying these days. I mean, a lot of these streaming platforms have TOS, and with the way of the world now, you have to be a little bit more inclusive with a lot of different I would say platforms, but a lot of different people and their ideologies and things of that nature too. So I kind of understand why Twitch is constantly changing their TOS, because the world is constantly changing.
Right.
So
complex.
It's very complex. It's too complex.
It's
too complex in some junctures. But I can understand why streamers like Adin Ross, who has 7.5 million followers on Twitch, why he would want to go to another platform to be able to talk his shit a little bit more freely. And I can understand it. Being on YouTube has its own TOS, and there's certain things that we can and can't say. And I understand it, because me and D-Lo, we're a little bit older. Adin is only 22 years old. So he's a part of that Gen Z. Me and D-Lo are in another generation, and we came up a little bit differently. We're millennials. So we came up a little bit differently from what Adin did. So it's a little bit different in this generation now, and they want to be a little bit more free and things a little bit more handed to them. The word is a little bit different. So I can kind of understand why he want to talk his shit a little bit more freely, but at the same time, it's like, bruh, this is your employer, and they have rules in place for a reason. So you have to kind of abide by those rules. You can't do stuff and not have any repercussions on this platform. So, but 150 million, 50 million,
150 million. Bro.
What did old boy say all about the Benjamins? 50 million, crazy. Nigga, I'm insane.
But Mike Epps, you talking about?
Mike Epps, yeah. Mike Epps said $50 million. I'm crazy. Nigga, I'm insane. But I mean, I think Kick being an upstart and somebody like Adin going over there could do big things for Kick. It could definitely do big things for Kick.
I mean, apparently he's not the only one that's going. He's just the one that's getting, as of right now, what we know, he's just the one getting this type of contract. My thing is, if they're a new start streaming service, where the hell is this money coming from?
That's what I want to know. That's true.
But then the talk about that first point that you made is like, every different platform has their TOS, and these streamers are trying to find a platform where they can be themselves, say what they want to say. If it ain't your own, you're gonna get muzzled at some point in time if you say something outside of the TOS. So it don't matter what platform they go to, they will continue to be they have to follow those TOSs, or have to be under the guidelines and the constant shifts of the landscape of where we are globally with the inclusivity or anything of the sort. So, for me, he's making it out crazy, because all he has to do is keep his mouth shut enough, and not to censor him, but keep his mouth shut enough for 2 years, and he can make $75 million a year. I mean, for me, the first thought when I saw this is that number and that duration is absolutely ridiculous.
Outrageous.
I mean, this man is going to make $75 million a year to sit in front of a camera in the comfort of his own home most times, to stream himself doing whatever the case is, chatting with some other influencer, some celebrity, or or entertainer, or gaming, whatever he wants to do. That's all he has to do. He's gonna get $75 million a year to do that for 2 years. I think, was it the stream with Tory Lanez? Would that make it clap freestyle? That kind of wasn't that him? That was his
Adin.
stream.
That was Adin's stream.
Okay, so I mean, like, that's what he's gonna be doing to make $75 million. Like, you and I, we just now getting into this content game. We're I won't say a lot older, but we're older than the Adin Rosses, those type of streamers. And we don't stream. We just make podcast video, content and podcasts and whatnot. So it's just crazy. But when you think about the money that he is going to get, and he's going to make more money than every big name athlete other than one that we know on an annual salary to stream. and so according to sportico.com, if we were going off of last year's numbers, last year's contracts and winning, so we're not talking about endorsements, Ross will be above every sports figure that we know, other than, surprisingly, who you think the only person that's above him?
Steph.
Hell no.
Well, Steph just signed $1 billion with Under Armour. We talked about that a few episodes back. That's what I'm saying. No.
I'm saying for their actual sports contract.
About their actual sports
not
contract.
Endorsements. Yeah.
I think you almost said it earlier. Canelo
Alvarez, surprisingly.
Canelo Alvarez. Yeah.
Who do you think is most closely to him? And Canelo's annual winnings last year was 84 million.
Mm-hmm.
So Adin would be second
at 75.
At 75, coming at third place for 70 million. Who you think?
70 million just in.
I'm sorry,
73.
It's going to be two other people that would be in that 70 million plus range. Who do you think that is?
I'm guessing LeBron.
No.
Who then?
Lionel Messi with 73 million.
That's right.
Yeah. And now this one, I had to scratch my head like, what? Matthew Stafford with 70 million.
Because he signed that big ass contract with the Rams.
Yeah. So, long story short, man, it's 75 million. When you see the number that he will get annually, it's like, bruh.
He's making more money than actual athletes, bro. Yeah. And athletes are the highest paid people in the world. And this man, just to stream and to have, like you said, entertainers come on his stream and come in his house and do a collab with him on camera. And what's crazy that you mentioned that Tory Lanez thing was because that joint was streamed on Spotify for like a month. It was like the top streamed song on Spotify. Just She Make It Clap. I got the strap. 21 gats. I feel like I'm savage. It was fire. That freestyle was a banger.
Indicting himself.
You see what I'm saying? Anyway. And it was on Adin's stream, and it's like this is all he does is low key be sus.
You didn't catch that one. You missed that one. That went over your head.
I didn't hear what you say.
I said allegedly indicting himself.
Facts. You know what? You own to something right there. You might be on to something right there because I was all over that case. But anyway, But like all he does is on camera. He, like you said, he's a gamer. He says sus shit all the time because he is a high key sus. And he got a girlfriend, but he's sus as hell. He do sus shit and like just be talking, bro. And that's you know what's crazy and stuff. Content like his is the reason why I started streaming because I stream every once in a while. I don't stream as much as he do. I'm not an everyday streamer. I stream whenever I feel, and I feel like I want to do so. And I was streaming last night, and what he usually puts in his titles is just chatting with his followers, just chatting. Ask him questions. He be talking about random stuff. And I put just chatting in my title last night, and I was just telling you about this. And I had the most viewers in my chat that I've had in a very long time. Just putting that in there, just chatting, ask me questions. And people was in there just really like legit asking me questions. And like when people see the chat going crazy, that's when more people want to join in and say, okay, what is he talking about? You know what I'm saying? And that's how you build your profile on Twitch. But it's like, bro, like 75 milli is
75
bananas, bro.
A year of 75 mil for 2 years. He's gonna get 75 million if he just stick to
keep his nose clean. Yeah,
his nose clean. Stick to the TOS as you mentioned. 75 million in his bank account. Truly life changing.
Truly
type of money. We talk
hit
about
the lottery. Hit the
money.
lottery with Kick.
Yeah, that's life changing. But then for me, I don't really know this world like that, like you do. I don't really know that world like that. So I had to go do some research. Like, why is he worthy of 150 million? And so I did a little bit of digging. I want to know how he got started. So he got started, and you can correct me if I'm wrong on this. He got started with he was streaming in 2019. He started streaming. He got hooked up with some group that also included Bronny James, and him and Bronny was streaming 2K together. From there, they started making wagers to other YouTubers, and that kind of blew him up a little bit more. He got a little bit more popularity, a little bit more of the, on the scene of the top streamers or whatnot. And then, but what really blew him up, from what I read, and please correct me if I'm wrong, is he started doing these dates on his streams, where like people would be in Discord competing for dates with. Who were they competing with? For
so he would have like 5 or 6 guys on the panel, and they would compete to win a date with a e-girl, like a Instagram model or a celebrity. Now, since he done got to this point, his status, he had Tiana Trump on there. He had a bunch of different e-girls on his streams, and he doing e-dates. And 5 or 6 guys are competing for one girl. And that's how he blew up a little bit too. But then, of course, he started getting into the situation where he was having like Polo G on his streams. Of course, we already mentioned Tory Lanez. He had like a bunch of different like artists on his stream too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he kind of, I don't know how he got into that avenue, but that's just another way, like we talked about last week with Rihanna doing the Super Bowl. It's not like he's comparable to the Super Bowl, but it's just a way for them to promote, because he's streaming in front of 300,000 people a day. And if they don't know who Polo G is, they can go and look at his music, because he's promoting. They doing freestyles on camera and all. So it's like he started off in the 2K community, and then he built his way up to this platform that he has now with the celebrities and the e-dates and things of that nature. So he's done his work. He's done his work, and people like him because he's high key funny. The such shit gets kind of old over time, but it's funny content. Like even, I might implicate myself, but even in times when I'm gaming, it's some such stuff flying around in my stream, and it's like it's hilarity. It's funny. It's satire for the most part. So I don't think he's gay, but he does do some gay stuff. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, it is what it is. But that's how he kind of got his jump off. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and so like you said, he has, from doing all of that, building up into what he is now, he has about, on average, from what I read, he has 100,000 viewers every stream. That's a lot of people. To come watch you stream. And then you said he has 7.2 million subscribers to his Twitch.
7.5 million followers. And they said he has about, I said like out of that 7.5, from what I researched, let me go back to my notes, he has 100,000 current subscribers. So followers and subscribers are different on Twitch.
Okay.
So you get paid for the subscribers, but the followers also bring you revenue, because you can get content off of that, as far as they put in ads and stuff. It's kind of like YouTube. You put ads on your streams and stuff. You can run ads. And if 200,000 people are watching, Twitch is getting paid off of that ad being ran, because you can't skip the ad on Twitch. Right. You have to watch 30 seconds worth of ads if you put 30 seconds worth of ads up there.
Right. So for Kick, a startup, him bringing 7.5 million followers from Twitch to Kick, that's a shot in the arm automatically in the investment world, because you can say, I have XYZ active users. We can up that evaluation. But then, also those 100,000 subscribers, these are people that's, to my knowledge, actually paying money to watch him, right? So then you bring that element to it, and it's just like, okay, it makes sense for him. I still don't know if 150 million is the number he should get. He asked for more, ironically.
Yeah, he did.
But,
he did.
But I still don't think 150 million is what he deserves. But I can understand looking at the numbers in that way why he would be the person for them to pay that 150 million. So naturally, everybody else is gonna say, "Oh, Kick, what's up? Hey, you see me? This is what I got going on.
Exactly.
Give me some bread too." So I honestly wholeheartedly see a whole list of different streamers moving from Twitch trying to get over to Kick and get some type of payment like Adin has.
But see, my thing is this. So like, even me being a small streamer, I have a little bit of a following on Twitch. I mean, I don't have 7.5 million, but I have like 300 followers, right? So I have it to where I can play ads and make money off of. I'm not partnered, but it's called what's the word I'm looking for? On Twitch, you get I'll think of it later when it don't even matter. But I have right. I have the ability to run ads and get paid from Twitch myself, right?
Yeah.
But I don't have on average 100K watching me. I have on average maybe 5 to 10 people maybe watching mine, and I can run ads if I want to. So each subscription for a month is $5.99. You can do 6 months, you can do 12 months, but it goes up from there as far as money. So Twitch gets paid off of those subscriptions, and then they also get paid off the people who are just following and watching that when you run ads, because you can run ads whenever you want. You can run ads every minute if you want. You can run as many ads as you want on Twitch. So with that being said, if he was to take 7.5 million followers I think that's why they gave him that money, because Kick knows that 7.5 million follower hit from Twitch to Kick is tremendous, because you're losing literally one of the biggest streamers you have on that platform. Not to mention, Adin himself said that other huge streamers like your Kai Cenats of the world, your Rages of the world, Bruce Drop 'em Off, those guys are also thinking about leaving Twitch, which I don't think Kai is, because Kai is probably the biggest African-American streamer on the platform, period. He just hit that like a couple of months ago. So I don't think Kai is going to leave. I also don't think Rage is going to leave. And I don't know about Bruce, because Bruce is a little bit different in that situation, because I watch all of them.
But if they all are, not to cut you off, my fault, but if they all are, in the same mindset that Adin is talking about, though, with the, not liking the TOSs that consistently changing with Twitch, I could see why they would. And then especially seeing the type of money that Adin just got, it might be a little bit more leniency with Kick, because obviously I think I just read that Adin also just got in trouble for streaming.
Yeah, he got his 8th ban off Twitch.
No, I'm talking about
he got banned on Twitch for the 8th time, which is why he went over to Kick. And yes, he showed some X-rated material on Kick, right? And he got some kickback for that too.
Yeah, some
all
blowback.
Pun intended. He got kickback on Kick, pun intended.
Yeah.
So he but see, this is my thing with the other 3 guys that he mentioned, Bruce, Kai, and Rage, right? They aren't in the same mindset as Adin as far as the TOS, because Adin has had some ties with your Andrew Tates of the world, and your Sneakos of the world, who were very left leaning, red pill, misogynistic kind of content, right? He's had some, and they are all against like censorship and TOS. They intentionally try to be against that culture, the Twitch culture,
right?
Which is why Sneako's been canceled on YouTube and Twitch, and so has Andrew Tate, which he has his own set of problems going on now with the whole trafficking situation. But so he's had some links to that, as far as he's also had some links with Kanye West too, as far as the anti-Semitism stuff that was going along too. So Twitch has a lot of reasons.
Let's make sure we saying allegedly for all this, because we don't want to be like Shannon. We don't want to be like Shannon Sharp and Pat McAfee getting sued for something that we said. Defamation.
So allegedly, he's had a lot of ties with these people, right?
Yeah.
It's not quite alleged, but it's alleged, right? So, so Twitch has a lot of reason to, and to put him under the TOS standpoint, right? Which is why he's gotten banned 8 times off Twitch, and that's why he's thinking of making a move to kick, because he thinks he's being censored. But you're going along with a lot of things that, or allegedly going along with a lot of things that are against TOS. So they have reason to do these things. So, but Kai Cenat, Your Age, and Bruce are a lot different in that aspect, because they're more so, they have a different type of content that they portray than what Adin does. So I don't think their audience, because I don't think that they would agree with a lot of the things that go on in his chats, because they have a lot of racism going on in his chats on Kick, a lot of N-bombs being dropped, a lot of shit going in Adin's chats on Kick, from what I hear. I haven't seen it, but it's what I hear. Kai and those guys aren't about that kind of content, and they don't allow that to be said in their chats. So them going to Kick is going to be kind of productive of what they do on Twitch. So I don't see them going, but I can understand why Adin would. I can understand why Adin would. He's been silenced and censored a couple of times, so to speak, by Twitch, by YouTube, because of the kind of content that he portrays. But the other guys are not that. I don't think they'll go, honestly.
Got you. Yeah, that makes sense. And so for me, this is a complex topic, because one, you just added a new element that I didn't even think of, with all of the stuff that you said goes on in Adin's chat that others don't agree with the racism and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But also, we are in a time where, as you mentioned earlier in this segment, is, the Gen Zs and the younger the generations below that, they are looking for ways in which they can make a name for themselves when they get older in this world. And obviously money skews your vision on what's actually attainable sometimes, right?
100%.
So a large portion of our younger generation, and they are they have drowned themselves in and on social media, whether that's consuming it, whether that's trying to create content on a daily basis so that they can potentially get these type of deals, or whatever the case may be. So for the most part, they're no longer concerned with, and this is an assumption, this is what we can perceive based off of what we see on social media on a daily basis, but they're no longer really truly worried about learning. All they're worried about is, how can I consume social media? How can I get 1 million followers on any social media platform? And this is evidenced by all the videos that depict the youngins not knowing answers to the simplest of simple questions. It's like, bro, how you not know that answer? And so again, and I know I sound old and like an old man right now. Oh, back in my day, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But perception can be reality sometimes, and that's my perception right now, is that they no longer are concerned with learning, and rightfully so. It's a lot of tools at their disposal right now. AI's making a big splash, right now, that will allow them to be lazy but still get the work done. That will allow them to create content, to make money potentially. That will allow them to do different things that we didn't have access to when we were younger. And that was what we try to do. Our parents try to create ways for us to naturally evolve and do things a lot easier than them. We try to do the same thing for our kids, and so on and so forth, we'd hope, right?
Right.
But it's detrimental to society
100%.
right now, I feel like, to have stuff like this going on, because this is all the kids are consuming themselves with.
I agree, man. And the fact that Adin can get, because we're in the, I can't think of, I'm stumbling on my words today. We're in an avenue right now on Twitch where hot tub streamers are popular, and that's not against TOS, but you can be in a just chatting stream with Adin, and the smallest little term you can say is against TOS. But these people, I'm gonna just say people, you have content creators on Twitch that are literally half naked in a hot tub streaming. But that's not against TOS.
Yeah.
So it's like,
sex sells, as you always say.
Exactly, sex sells. So it's one of those things where if they can make, if they've got the same amount of viewers in their stream in a hot tub as Adin has just talking, you know what I'm saying, that it's gonna sell. and you get the subscribers off of that. You even have to pay money just to get your comment read on screen.
Right.
So that way your voice can be heard in that person's stream. So it's so much money in streaming. It's so much money in content creation. And that's the big, if you ask a kid these days, what is the job that you would love to have? What if you can pick any job right now, what is the job you want to have? And the number one job is content creation. YouTuber.
Yep.
Streamer. Twitch streamer.
Because it's easy.
It's easy.
It's perceived.
It's perceived because it's not. Trust me, I'm a streamer. It is not easy to get 100,000 people to watch you. You have to be some sort of entertaining. I think I am entertaining, but it's not easy to garner to all of those people, all of those followers, bro. It's not easy to do that at all.
And that's what, and that's the thing that we heard growing up. We heard playing sports is, you want to play football, you want to play basketball. It's only a small percentage of individuals that make 1%. It professionally. 1%. Now, I feel like that is now content creation. It's going to be a very small percent. And I honestly think you'll probably have a better chance of making it in the professional sports than in content creation. Because if you think about it, sports in most times is all about what God bless you with. He either bless you with the height, the body, or the speed, or whatever natural the talent to do that. Content creation is different. It's 6.6 billion mobile devices in the world. So that means the majority of the people that have a mobile device have access to a camera and can record themselves doing whatever. In sports, it ain't that many people that play sports actively every year, but it is that many people that have devices and can record themselves. And so the market is that much saturated. So your percentages of making it, if it's 1% in athletics, it might be 0.6%, 0.5%,
0.4% for you to actually make it like an Adin Ross in the streaming world, in the content creation world. So it's the number one job these days, man. All the kids these days just want to find out. They have the thought of, if I can make one video go viral, I can make it in content creation. But it's not that easy, bro. That's
why it's so complex.
That's the wool over the eyes, bro.
Yeah, that
you
is,
see it. Yep. It is, bro. It is. It's crazy out here, bro. It's like I'm trying it just in my spare time as a hobby to me.
We are trying it. But I mean, you're streaming. You're trying to double. You're streaming. You're also doing the podcast and whatnot. So we're trying it, but we're also older. We've also had these different experiences. We've also have education and a job to back ourselves up with this right now until it happens. But these kids are just going at it, and I applaud them for that. You want them to put all of their efforts into what they want out of life, and if they do, hopefully that reward will be there on the back end. But we have to, if this is where they're going to go, we have to show them, okay, you can do this, but also have this. And I know it's going to be a lot of people say you shouldn't have any plan Bs, but shit, plan B is what saves your life sometimes.
100%.
So I just think it's a slippery slope that we could potentially be going down. It's great that people like Adin Ross at 22 can make $75 million a year to stream. But I also think kids that are his age, our age, whatever the case may be, and lower could get tricked and fooled into thinking, oh, it's easy. I'm just gonna, as you mentioned, luckily I'm toot my own horn. You had somebody in your corner say, nah, hold on, partner. You have individuals, you might get the wool pull over your eyes to quit I'm gonna quit my job and I'm gonna do this full time, and then it don't work out. And now you got to find your way back to what you had. So I just think it's a slippery slope.
And I appreciate you for that, my boy, because if y'all don't know the story, I almost let it go. I almost let it go. And Delilah was like, boy, if you don't shut the hell up and take your ass in that damn building and sell them cars.
100%, that's why you gotta have, it came out of love, bro.
Oh, 100%. It's all love, always. But I mean, it's such a complex situation, bro, because you can understand exactly why he would do what he's doing and leaving Twitch and going to Kick. But you also got to understand that this life that he's living, getting $150 million over 2 years, is not. He's one of the few. He's one of the handful of people who can do this. Because literally, he mentioned only 4 other people are even close to him in that revenue on Twitch. Right. He got 7.5. Kai got 4.4. I think Bruce got 1.2 million, and Real Rage got 1.4 million followers. He has 7.5 million. The next closest 4.4. So it's like, and he says if all of these people come, Twitch is going to take a large hit because those people are controlling the market right now on Twitch. So it's so complex, man. I can understand why, but with them because what Twitch, and this is my last comment on this. What Twitch promised is, I'm gonna go back to my notes. They said they are offering. Damn, where did it go? Where did it go? I just had it, but they're offering a lot more equity. They're offering a lot more. Okay, here it goes. The company claims that it will be offering the best revenue splits, payout options, and more. Although the systems are not fully in place yet, but a lot more freedom as far as their own content, which is cool. Which is what Twitch says you can do, but they have a little bit more in ATOS. So it's like I can understand it, bro. Like more payout, more revenue, more control, more freedom. But it's like not the grass ain't always greener, bro. The grass ain't
100%. So, and all that's going to happen is you're just going to have people hopping from one platform to the next, to the next, to the next, trying to find that payday because they see that the initial person got something to come over. And all of it is, we've seen this quite often with these different applications when they come out. Something is new and enticing to bring people over, and everybody sees it. Oh, let me go to that and use that. It gets used up and then thrown out, and the next application comes out.
Because we went from MySpace to Facebook, from Facebook to Insta to Snapchat, Snapchat back to Insta, now from Insta to TikTok, and it's everything seems more tight. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bruh, but
it's just crazy. A slippery slope, man, and hopefully we figure out how to address this, but maybe it's for the better, especially with AI right now, running rampant and having everybody scared. Maybe this is the wave we just haven't realized yet, being older. So we'll see.
I guess so. But yeah, before we get to the next topic though, once again, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, like the content, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos and the content coming out in the future. So make sure you do that, guys.
Adidas apparently effed around and found out they can't make it without Kanye West and his Yeezy brand. The two have presumably struck a deal to sell the remaining supply of Yeezys, said to be worth $500 million. Sticks. It didn't go how Adidas expected it to go, huh?
It didn't, bro. It didn't. And because I think we called this back in one of our previous episodes that
we did, episode 7.
Episode 7. We called this back at episode 7, saying that they're making this decision in haste because although some of the things that Kanye was doing and some of the things he was saying, yes, it was wild, and we covered that a couple of times. But if it to be, I don't wear a lot of Adidas. I don't wear Yeezy myself.
Right.
But in the sneakerhead and the hypebeast community, Yeezy was the brand, one of the brands, bro. If it wasn't Jordan or if it wasn't Supreme, it was Yeezy. It was Yeezy, and I'm not so much as I used to be, but I'm a little bit a part of that sneakerhead community, and I do follow the sneakers and the trends and stuff like that. I never was a fan of Yeezys, and not even when he was with Nike, but you can't go outside these days without seeing Yeezy. Them ugly foam runners and boy, listen. But Adidas had hit the jackpot with Yeezy. They hit the jackpot with Yeezy, bro, because he was literally the biggest brand that Adidas had for the last 9 years up until October of last year, when they cut ties with him. So yeah, like you said, they fucked around and found out that they can't make money without this man. They are about to go in debt $1.3 billion because they can't come off this Yeezy brand merch, bro. They can't do it. They can't do it. And they like you said, they effed around and found out, my nigga. They definitely did.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it, like you said in episode 7, when the separation started or it was announced that they would part ways with Adidas or with Kanye. At the time, it was floated that what they would do is just sit on this, the supply that they have left, and then they would go back and sell the Yeezys, but not with the Yeezy brand on it. And what did I say? I said that's bad juju for them.
Bad juju.
I said it's gonna be bad juju for them.
And the crazy thing about that, not to cut you off, they haven't even started selling it without the Yeezy brand yet.
Exactly.
They haven't even done it yet. But go ahead, my fault.
Exactly. No. All good. So so I was like, that's gonna be bad juju. And it looks like they realized and they found out sooner than they wanted to see that we need to sell this stuff because we are, as you mentioned, gonna report a loss for 1.3 billion for the year. And they had originally mentioned in December or so that they expected to take that loss, and 2023 was going to be a rough year for them. But but the economy is slowly, globally, not just in America, is slowly going down the drain a little bit. And not only is the economy and their stock hurting right now, they also got downgraded with their long-term and short-term debt rating by the S&P Global. So what's happening is now they really got to say, okay, we expected to take this loss, but we can't really take this loss because it's going to be very detrimental to us going down the line. So, come back to the table real quick, man. Let's have this conversation. So what they really are trying to do right now is they're trying to prove to their board members as well as to their stockholders that they are willing to take the egg on their face to get the money that they left on the table by parting ways with Kanye.
For sure. Because I mean, the CEO of Adidas, and bear with me because I'm gonna read this quote real quick, and it's kind of long. Bear with me, but even he said the numbers speak for themselves. We are currently not performing the way we should. He said 2023 will be a year of transition to set the base to again be a growing and profitable company. We will put full focus on the consumer, our athletes, our retail partners, and our Adidas employees. Together, we will work on creating the brand that we had and create that brand heat, improve our product engine, better serve our distribution, and ensure that Adidas is a great and fun place to work. Adidas has all the ingredients to be successful. A great brand, great people, fantastic partners, and a global infrastructure second to none. We need to put these pieces back together again. And with we think we can do this. But again, I'm convinced that over time we will make Adidas shine again, but we need some time. So I think if I'm not mistaken, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, they projected $2.9 billion loss. So they're actually coming back a little bit better with 1.3 billion, which is still a crazy ass number. Right. But they realized really, really fast, like over the past 4 months, that I think we need Ye. I think we need to hit Ye up. So about that brand deal, let's make something happen. And the worst part about it to me is that they're doing this $500 million deal, but they're only doing it to unload the current stock that they have of his product, but they're not thinking about doing nothing for the future with Ye. 100%. That's what I think is kind of like to me that's whack. To me that's whack. And I understand what he did and what he said was wrong. I get that. I get it. We all saw it. It was all across the nation. We all saw it. I get it. It's whack. But you're to me, you're using this man to unload his product. Right. That's what's whack to me. What you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think you already know how I feel about it. I said it back in episode 7 that it's whack. But if you listen to Kanye, he's the one that said that he is the one that initiated the breakup between them two. I think he was like, what did he say for sure? I don't know exactly what he said, but he was like, this is the first time in history that you've seen a breakup between a brand deal breakup like this go down the way it went down. And then he was like, gotcha. You remember that?
I remember that. I remember that.
So if you listen to Kanye, he's the one that initiated the breakup. And I got something that I want to bring up later on about that. But to me, it's kind of funny that we understand what this serves to make for Adidas, but we don't know from this deal for them for yeah, exactly what it serves to make for Kanye. So it's just not clear what he's going to make based off of this deal. Is it going to be the original royalty percentage that he had with the original deal? Is it going to be lessened because everybody's going to lose money in them coming back to the drawing boards? What does Kanye serve to make? And I'm not pocket watching or anything like that, but it's important to see because this was the deal that knocked him from his billionaire status. Mm-hmm. And so if they're coming back to the table, obviously it's not going to make him go back to being known as a billionaire, but how much closer does that get him to being a billionaire, and what other things do he have in the works to get himself back to that? I think Adidas, for what they have done and what they plan to do moving forward, is whack because, like you said, I think that they're just going to offload this current supply of Yeezys, but then they still plan to move forward with selling the Adidas branded Yeezys in the future. So it's just, I think they have a lot that they need to work out, Adidas that is, before they actually go about moving forward with selling those Adidas branded Yeezys.
I agree, and it just goes to show that a lot of I can't even say that with a straight face, honestly, because Ye was wilding for a good 5 or 6 months. Ye was wilding out, and that cost him his deal with Balenciaga. The talent agency dropped him. Good music got dropped from Def Jam, and of course now we talk about Adidas. So it's like, but does that to me? The question I want to ask is that does that show how erratic and ill thought out these reactions were from these companies due to his comments and his actions that he made? Because I think it was. I mean, it was warranted, but was it erratic? Like, was it too soon? Type of thing.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
We talked about when this partnership was going sour. Mm-hmm. We had talked about how, ironically, Adidas and Yeezy were heavy like everybody wanted to get their hands on Adidas or the Yeezys because they thought about that they was never going to be created again.
Right.
I definitely think it was erratic decision, but you have to respond quickly and take dire action against something that you don't believe in. Well, I don't think they had a problem. I honestly don't think they had a problem with what he said with all of the anti-Semitic stuff. But him saying that I can say whatever I want and they not going to do anything,
can't drop me,
is what made them like, wait a minute, no, we got the power in this relationship. And yes, they had that erratic decision. Yeah. But on the flip side of that, what I think is funny from since all of this happened until now, and what I want to get into is Kanye's kind of been out of the way. You really ain't heard much about him. He pops up here and there. He got married. He had a girlfriend, this and that. But honestly, you haven't heard him say too many things out in public. You haven't seen him say much. You haven't seen him, period. So to me, it kind of it says that you can make a lot of money. You can make a big brand, stay out the way. And, stuff like this happens. People will throw you to the wayside, but you remove yourself from the situation and their brand starts to go down. They go, hey,
come back.
We need you real quick. Let's come back. Let's come back.
We noticed you've been out the way for a good little minute now, and everything is calming down again. So let's talk. Let's talk about this. You know what I'm saying?
You learned your lesson. You learned your lesson. Okay, come on. Let's talk about this.
Let's talk this out. Let's make some money together. Come on.
But the thing that I really want to talk about is Dame Dash was talking to the master investor Ian Dunlap and our boys from Earn Your Leisure about companies and people running campaigns to market certain products or market themselves in a positive light. He was saying that high profile people, high profile celebs, they do the same thing, but in the opposite. So they have campaigns ran to where it sheds negative attention on them so that they can remove themselves. So my thing is,
that's interesting.
Is that something that Kanye did purposefully? Because like I mentioned earlier, he says, this is the again, I don't know exactly what he said, but I can kind of paraphrase it. This has been this is the first time in history that a company and a brand deal has been separated the way it has. Gotcha. And now we can't find Kanye.
Right.
So is that do you think this was something that he did intentionally to remove himself from the limelight, kind of go be whoever he wants to be? I mean, he still can't go out in public without people not knowing who he is, but he can like not have the pressures of being whoever, being and saying whatever he's been saying the last few years, and just being a normal, somewhat normal person.
I mean, it would. That's interesting that Dame Dollar came out and said that, because it's one of those things where I can't personally see, if I was a celebrity, I couldn't personally see myself running my own smear campaign against myself to bring negative press to be out the way so people won't fuck with me.
But no shade to you, but we've never been in that situation, in that high caliber state either, right? So
that's why I say if I was a celebrity, I can't see myself doing that. But we haven't been in that situation to where we've had to even think about getting out the way. You know what I'm saying? So, and I can understand the pressures that go along with being a celebrity. And you constantly see in the blogs or on social media where Kanye is constantly cussing out some paparazzi for being too close to his property, or getting in his face and like, yo, can you just leave me alone? Like, I'm just trying to be a normal guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's constantly at odds with paparazzi. So I can understand why they would do it, to get that notoriety off of them. Like, yo, I just want to be normal again. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no way for them to get normalcy ever again. But if it's something that you can do to have a little taste of that normalcy, I can see why they would run that smear campaign against himself. Like, maybe he did do that on purpose. You see what I'm saying? So like, I understand it. I don't think I would do it, but I understand why Dame Dollar would say that. I understand it.
Dame Dash.
Oh, Dame Dash. I'm sorry, I said Dame Dollar twice, but Dame Dash, But what do you think? Would you do something like that though? Like, would you run your own smear campaign to get, like, you know what I'm saying?
And if I'm the person I am right now, hell no, I would not do something like that. But I also have never been in the limelight. I also have not been in a situation to where I know the pain and suffering, I'll say it that way, of backlash that I get from the public for something that I said or did is only going to last for a month or two, and then I can kind of like slip in the back door and do what I've always been doing. Never gone through that. So if I'm who I am right now, no. But if I were somebody that understood all that and that had that experience to know that it's only going to last for a certain amount of time, maybe. I really don't know. But I really think this is why we, as the general public, should also not get too emotionally involved in with what celebrities and brands do, or any type of controversies that they have, because we don't know. This could be something that they're purposefully doing to either take something back, or take their lives back, whatever the case is. And I mean, I don't know. I say all that because I find it interesting that we know more about what Adidas stands to make from this than what Kanye stands to make. And in the past, it definitely would have been, we know what Kanye stands to make first, and then what Adidas stands to make. So that's why it ended up being something of a complexity for me in this situation.
Yeah, because Kanye is definitely the winner in this situation, honestly, because they're gonna unload all the Yeezy that they have, the $500 million worth, right? And the fact that they don't, like I said earlier, the fact that they don't have a plan to do anything further with him after they do this is a win to me. But all Ye got to do is sit back and continue to watch their stock drop, and he can just go to them like, "Hey, y'all need me or not? Like, what's up?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Because Yeezy was, if I'm not mistaken, the biggest brand in Adidas.
Right.
It made so much money hand over fist year over year, and to lose that and to keep losing $1.5-2 billion a year just because you don't have Yeezy on your side, and now that he's out the way and not doing the crazy shit that he's been doing, why wouldn't you continue to have that partnership? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not saying at this point that you agree with the things that he said and the ideologies that he has. Now it's just about running your business, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just to me, that's much my opinion. And Ye can use that as leverage now moving forward for the future. Like you dropped me in October 2022. You came back to me in February 2023. You needed me to sell this $500 million worth of product. Now in 2024, you're seeing another sharp decline. Y'all need me, bro. What's good?
Yeah, but I think that's why a lot of people don't really fool with corporations, because the morality, I said it last segment, money skews our vision so much.
Agreed.
And what ends up happening with these companies is morality, whether good or bad, goes out the window. They making too much money, they'll step on the little person or buy the little person to bring in more money. They not making enough money, they'll throw whatever ethics they had to get back to where they were, or to bring in more money. And people within that corporation, or people within just money hungry people, will do the same thing. But that's why a lot of people don't like corporations, because like I've always said, they'll chew you up, spit you out, usually when they want to use you.
100%. And you notice, like I said in the beginning of this episode, when I was talking about my promotion, I said nothing about money. It was all about the love of my position now, and the decisions I get to make and the people I get to make happy. These corporations, bro, like you said, D-Lo, they gonna use you for their own benefit until they get what they need, and they'll let you go. But just like you said also just now, they'll drop you whenever you don't align with their ideologies. But the moment that everything is calmed down, they bring you back and say, hey, we understand, whatever, it's cool. Just get back with the program and we can keep moving forward amicably. You know what I'm saying? So it's like what do you want, bro? Like, what do you want from Ye? Like, yeah, he did what he did. Everything, the things that he did were wild, but I don't know. It's so complex. There's so many things that you can think of to say about this situation. It's like, bruh, like, either get at what are you paying him? You just using him to unload, so you be able to use his brand to unload your product, but you don't plan on doing nothing with him forward. And how much are you giving him out of this what percentage of the profit are you giving him from this $500 million that y'all are unloading? What are y'all doing?
Right.
But
exactly.
In the past, you would say, okay, yeah, Ye has a $500 million contract with Adidas to do this. And now it's like, well, Adidas is using Ye to unload this $500 million.
100%.
Shit is,
so I mean,
wild, bro.
I think we'll only time will tell how Adidas does. I think they'll do well just because people want those Yeezys. But moving forward after that, how will they do with Adidas branded Yeezys, and what does this mean for Kanye? So I guess we'll see. Only time will tell with that.
Do you the last question I want to ask on this? Do you think Adidas will do what I think they should, which would be the smart thing, and negotiate more designs for the future, or do you think Ye will eventually power trip them and do a business with them in the future?
I think they're gonna be arrogant and try to do what they said they were gonna do. Offload these last supplies of Yeezys, and then come up with because I'm sure this is before. Let me finish that. So they're gonna offload their supply of Yeezys and then come out with Yeezy branded, or I'm sorry, Adidas branded Yeezys down the line, because I'm sure that they have some type of other iterations of Yeezys that have not come out before, that they can say, well, all of this was created and designed while he was under our brand. And so people love Yeezy. If it looks similar to some type of shoe that they saw in the past, we could get away with selling these shoes.
Got you. Okay. I think I agree with you in that standpoint, because I'm on the second part of that question I asked. I think Adidas will be arrogant and try to do Adidas and try to do Adidas branded Yeezys in the future. But I don't think it's going to perform, and their stock is going to continue to drop, and they're going to continue to be, they're not going to be profitable with that. And then Ye is going to power trip them. I think that's what they're going to do. I think, but that's just my opinion. But it's like we keep saying, man, it's so complex. You don't know what the hell.
It's so complex, man. That is complex.
Yep. It is, bro. It is a complex situation. But again, before we move on to the next topic, subscribe, like, notification bell. Make sure you don't miss no bangers, man.
Drizzy Drake made waves last week, or this week, I should say, when he hinted at retirement during an interview with Lil Yachty, stating, "I'm kind of introducing the concept, in my mind at least, of a graceful exit."
Graceful exit.
Sticks, what are your thoughts on a possible retirement nearing for Drake, and what do you think it means for hip hop?
The graceful exit. So Drake has been one of the biggest names in rap since 2007. So he dropped the mixtape, 2009, 2010. He came out with "Thank Me Later, Take Care," two of his best albums in my opinion. And for him to be gone from the rap game is going to be kind of like, this is my opinion, folks. This is my opinion. It's going to be kind of like whenever we lost Biggie and Pop. Mm-hmm. Because at that time, before their passing, God rest their souls, they were the two biggest artists in the game at that time. And whenever they left, it was like, damn, well, who's next? Like, who we going to listen to now? You know what I'm saying? And between him, Cole, and Kendrick, those are the most people I listen to because it's the most conscious rap you got out there, even though Drake is a little bit more commercial. It's like, I'm going to continue to listen to Cole and Kendrick, but like the variety of music that Drake gives us on a year-to-year, month, year-to-year basis, is like, damn, like, who gonna be next? Because I don't listen to the 21 Savages of the world. I don't listen to the Lil Yachty's of the world. I don't listen to the Uzi Verts and all those guys. I don't listen to those guys. It's not my type of music. So who's next, bro? Like what are we gonna listen to now? Like, it's like Drake is that guy. Like, I went on and looked at a lot of his his awards that he won over the years, and that dude, bruh. It was one year, the BMI Awards, where he won every single award in that award show, bro. Every one of them. It was like 30 awards in that award show, and he won every one of them, bro. I went and looked down there. I was like, God, like, what? Every award? Like, could nobody else win one? And Drake took every one of them? Like,
so let me ask you this, though. Do you believe that he's going to retire?
Yes. But I also believe it's going to be like a Jay-Z retirement. Because Jay-Z retired and was gone for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years, and then came back and dropped 6 albums. Like, now I think Jay-Z is kind of like more so retired now because he's getting a little bit older.
That man ain't retired either.
He really not. But what's the last thing you heard from Jay?
God did. What you mean?
But doing features.
Album, but yeah, but that's not retirement. Retirement is you don't do nothing.
You don't do nothing. That's true. So, from the rap game, I don't see it. It was now that you put that in retrospect, let me change it. No, he's not going to retire. He's going to take a break and probably go to do different avenues that he has going on. Like he has, he's executive producing some shows, and he might be thinking about acting. He might be thinking about a lot of things he might be thinking about doing, but his music career is taking the time away from that. So he might explore other avenues that he might be working on, but he gonna come back. Like,
yeah,
the people love your music too much for you to actually leave the game completely. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you think about it. Just like Jay-Z said he was retiring, but they came back and dropped Kingdom Come, came back and dropped American Gangster, came back and dropped Blueprint 3, came back and dropped Watch the Throne, came back and dropped Magna Carta, came back and dropped 444. Like, you supposed to be retired, my nigga. Why you make a whole album? Like, what are you doing, bro? Yeah. Like you said, doing music and retiring from music is retiring and doing nothing. If you still out here, doing features and still doing songs, and you still out here in the scene, like, you're not retired, bro. You just taking a break. I think he's just gonna take a break because I don't think he can do it.
Yeah, I never believe any of these rappers when they say they're going to retire. I mean, especially high profile rappers. You just mentioned Jay-Z. That's one. Lil Wayne also said he was going to retire.
Yeah,
he ain't retired.
Making music too.
I mean, even with him having that nasty dispute with Baby, he's dropped 3 albums since he said he was going to retire. 50 Cent said he was going to retire playfully. I'll add, but he said he was going to retire if Kanye beat him or outsold him with the Graduation and Curtis. Obviously, Kanye beat him. He ain't retired right away. He came back out with the Massacre, I think, or something like that. Yep. Nicki Minaj also said she was going to retire. She didn't retire. She took a little break, but she's about to come out with an album this year, I believe.
She only took a break because she got married and she got pregnant. That's the only reason why.
Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I could go on and on. Logic, Lupe Fiasco.
Yeah.
All these people say they're going to retire. They never retire. So I never believe rappers when they talk about retirement because it's simply not true. They're not going to retire. It's more than likely a marketing ploy for whatever album is about to come next or whatever product they're about to sell next. Because I think the interview that Lil Yachty was doing was for his shades or glasses company. So you know that's Drake saying he gonna retire. Oh, and this brand is attached to it. You know that's gonna get views upon views upon views upon views. As we said in the first segment, content is king. Eyeballs are gold these days. So if you can get somebody to view it, more than likely with what we know about psychology and how to get people to buy, we can get them to buy it. So
100%.
So I never believe what any of these rappers say when they talk about retirement. Now, on the flip side of that, if it were to be true, I think it would be a sad day for hip hop if Drake does retire. And whether you like him or not, anytime he releases an album, it's highly anticipated. You know he's going to give you 2 to 5 lines minimum that you can instantly put into your captions on Instagram and all that shit immediately. Right? I mean, he's probably the most quotable rapper that we know of he definitely is the most quotable rapper of this generation.
I think of all time, bro. Honestly, of all time.
I think Jay's up there when it comes to
Jay is up there too. Jay is up there too for sure. Lil Wayne can be up there too.
Exactly.
But Drake is one of the top 1 to 3 most quotable rappers of all time. 100%.
All time, easily, right? Easily. And then like he created this lane. He created this lane for these rapper singers to be who they are today. So I definitely think it's
the lane though.
Who was before him?
Ja
who?
Rule. What you mean?
Oh, you're right. Okay. Well, but
even though Curtis took him out low key, but Ja was one of the first well-known rappers, singers out there. Like he had that melodic tone to him. You know, Ja had that melodic tone. You know what I'm saying?
I'll concede that. Yeah. But I think Drake took it to another level.
He did. I agree. I agree with.
I think Drake took it to another level. So with that being said, I think it's definitely going to be a sad day if this is in fact true. I don't think it's true, but if it is true, it's going to be a sad day.
It's going to be a sad day. And did you see the report that he did the 2-night concert at Apollo?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and he made a statement before he started doing his music or whatever. He said, "I wanted this concert to be about gratitude." So he started doing his music, and he was just going on saying, like, in between songs, he made a comment saying, like, you know, I thought about a bunch of things in life, but at this moment in time, none of these things are stopping me from making music for you. So I'll be here for a little bit at least. So I don't think he's going nowhere no time soon. But like he said, he's thinking about the way he can make a graceful exit. He's thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? I expect him to retire in the next couple of months, even the next couple of years, honestly. And if he does, it's not going to be for long. He's still going to be out there making music. He's still going to do features. He's still going to do, he's still going to do songs. But it's going to be a Jay-Z retirement. He's going to take a year or two off and then come back and drop another album, maybe drop another album and then take another year and then drop another, cause they can't get away from it. It's in their heart. It's their passion. They can't get away from it. You know what I'm saying? And whatever other avenues he got going, I know he's going to be amazing at it. But music is what he does. Music is Drake. That's what, you know what I'm saying?
And so that's the thing that I think we need to look at too, is we're in an era where all of these athletes, all of these artists, rappers, singers, actors, they have different things going on. It's not just them playing basketball, football, not just them rapping. It's not just them acting. They're doing that, and then they've invested in here. Or they have this company or this brand over here. So they have many different hands in the pot. So he definitely is probably thinking of a graceful exit, but to me, that might not mean he's going to retire. It just means he won't continue to put all of his focus into music. He'll just, like you said, make music here and there, not worry about he'll basically be, and I love Kendrick. He'll be Kendrick. He'll come out because Drake historically has come out with an album every year or every year and a half.
Yeah.
Whereas Kendrick comes out with an album every 4 year to 5 years. And so he'll probably transition into Kendrick and Cole, where they come out with, and he looks, surprisingly, everybody looks up to Drake. He looks up to them
100%,
because he wants to be who they are, but he knows if he does that, people are going to look at him the same. And so I think that's who he's going to slowly transition into.
Yeah.
But I do think we're in a weird time right now. And the reason I say that is because you have all these artists selling their catalogs of music for large sums of money. And I get it. You get that quick hit of money for your masters. But it's just weird to me because, for quite some time we heard all these rappers rapping about owning their own masters, all the music, all the money going to them, and now they're selling it. But then you also have other people trying to exit being in the spotlight. Also, we just talked about Kanye. Maybe, and that's speculation. We don't know if it's true, but maybe we have the similar things are going on with all these other artists and athletes and stuff like that, trying to get out of that limelight because it might not be cracked up all it's cracked up to be.
Right.
I think Cole said it in his Throw It Up song from the Come Up album. He said, "Whole niggas love the attention, want to be famous. Real niggas fuck the attention. They know it's dangerous. Rather make a meal and nobody know what my name is." I feel like, now that we're going, it's either something major is about to happen that we're unaware of. And, that's why everybody's selling their catalog, trying to get out the way. Or like the attention really ain't what it's cracked up to be.
Maybe it's not, and I don't see that with Drake though, because I feel like Drake is handling. He's probably one of the artists that handles his success and his fame well. You know what I'm saying? Of course, other than your LeBrons
matter
of the
perspective.
world, it is a matter of perspective. But other than like the LeBrons of the world and the ones who legit stay out of trouble, you know what I'm saying? And I think he's handling it very well as far as the fame is concerned from a layman's perspective, because we don't know what's going on behind the scenes with these people. We don't know these people personally, so we have no idea. You know what I'm saying? So they could be going through it and be, depressed or be, upset that they can't just go to the grocery store and pick up a carton of eggs and a gallon of milk because the attention they gonna get. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's one of those things where if it still wouldn't, if he did retire, it still wouldn't alleviate that by any means.
I think it would take the pressure off of him though. If you say I'm retiring from music, and you retire, quote unquote, now I can pop up and surprise my fans with an album, and they gonna love it just because, oh, he's supposed to be retired, he coming out with music, I gotta go get that. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Or he don't have to do an album every year and a half like he has been doing. He can now say, well, all right, I'll just put out an album. It's 2023. I'll put out an album 2027. They're gonna love it. I'll go back into hibernation.
I agree with that. I can mess with that. But I think my point is that just there's no more being normal. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
There's no more being that. It's a wrap for that. So you retiring from the game is going to take that stress off of you as far as having to put out hit after hit after hit after hit every single year. But you're still Drake regardless. You know what I'm saying? So the people are gonna want the music, and they're gonna fiend for it. They're gonna try to push you to keep making it. And like you said, D-Lo, that's where that comes in. Is like, damn, I ain't dropped nothing since 2022. Whenever, me and 21 did that thing. You know what I'm saying? So maybe in 2026 I'll drop this album, and they're gonna go stupid. They're gonna go stupid. This is gonna be highly anticipated. I ain't dropped nothing since 2022. 2026 drop, and this album drop is gonna go crazy. And then I'm going back to say, go back and hide it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't think he's gonna retire fully. He gonna do the Jay-Z thing, and then he gonna pull off the Kendrick and make an album every 3 to 4 years, and then that's just gonna be life moving forward. But that's not gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen for like another couple of years for real.
Yeah, I truly don't believe he's retiring. I think it's a ploy. It could be just a ploy for whatever is coming next for him, or it could have been a ploy for Yachty and whatever brand was.
Future Mood is the brand.
That's tough to say. I understand. I wouldn't have said it. You're braver than I am.
Future Mood.
But the problem is another complexity to add to it, and I don't want to get too deep into it. I just want to throw that out there just so like that I'm aware of it, and I make you aware of it, I make everybody else aware of, is there's also this thing going on right now that I've mentioned already today.
What is it, D-Lo? What is it?
It's the AI.
Oh.
And all the AI creating this music and can sound like a certain individual as well. That's another element of competition. I'm not saying that they shine away from it, but that maybe I'm just thinking of why all of these individuals are selling their catalogs. Why are all of these individuals trying to get out the way? It's just something that popped in my head. I'm like, damn, well, the AI, there are AI, artificial intelligent products out there. I think I sent you one that sounded like Whitney. It didn't really sound like Whitney Houston. It sounded like her, but like you could tell. For me, I was like, okay, yeah, you could tell it was generated. But with some tweaks here and there, it may be tough to decipher if that's really Whitney Houston or not.
And it might be a point that you're making, because they might be selling their catalogs with unreleased music that you can just type the lyrics in, and you can tell the AI, read these lyrics to this song and make it sound like Drake.
Yeah.
And then with a couple of movements of the motherfucking the disco tech that they be doing in the motherfucking studio, with a couple of movements, they can make it probably sound exactly like Drake.
Yeah.
With a little bit of remastering. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's probably what Drake might be writing songs, and then he might just give it to a producer and be like, yo, use the AI, bro. I ain't performing this shit. Use the AI.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You got holograms that's been out for a while.
Holograms, bro. What? They can go, you can have a hologram go do a concert for Drake. All you gotta do is AI. You're gonna be able to AI generate everything before long, bro. I swear.
We living in a simulation, bro. I don't believe that. Yeah.
We live in a simulation, D-Lo.
Man,
we might be, bro. We might be, and it's like that. Yeah, that is crazy. It's crazy. Is there a script?
So you want to go there? Listen, that's another one. That's another episode. We ain't gonna go into that.
We're not gonna go into that.
We're not gonna go into that. But now, I ultimately, to get back to this, my thoughts on Drake saying he's transitioning or setting himself up for a graceful exit, I do not believe it whatsoever.
Yeah.
If he is, more power to him. God bless you, brother. It was good to have you while you were here.
100%.
But I know you will be back.
100%. That's the same thing I think too. He gonna do a Jay-Z retirement, take a couple of years off, and then come back and drop an album, and then take another year, drop another album, and keep that cycle going until he feel like he don't want to do nothing but features again, which is what it's gonna be a Jay-Z retirement, and for lack of a better phrase. So I ain't got to keep getting long-winded, but that's what he gonna do. That's exactly what he's gonna do for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. But before we get up out of here, though, as always, man, you always got to do the YouTube thing. You got to. Don't ever forget to subscribe, like, share, which is what I haven't been saying. Share the video.
Yes, sir.
And hit that notification bell so that way we can keep bringing y'all these bangers.
I was ready for it.
I got to make sure I give a little bit of motion before I do it, so that way I ain't blowing your eardrums. But make sure y'all do all those things, man. We appreciate all the support, man. We try to talk to all of y'all in the comments, so make sure you comment as well, so that way we can know exactly how y'all feel about the content and how we can make things better. We're up to all the criticism for sure.
100. Episode 18. This has been
in the books, baby.
In the books. This has been right now, part of my wisdom. Soon to be too complex. We hope you enjoyed today's show. You can find us on any of the major streaming platform services. Make sure that you subscribe. Also, follow us on our social media, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Subscribe, like those videos as well. Also, remember, if it ain't too complex, it ain't complex at all.
It ain't complex at all.
So we appreciate your support. And until next time, salute.
Salute.